mental health well-being is a really, really big issue. So at its best, it's about us keeping well and about us looking after ourselves and having really purposeful and joyful lives. And at its worst, of course, we have people with serious mental illness, some of which goes undiagnosed, people with mental health conditions that are not getting the help and support that they need. So this is a topic which has been taboo for too long, that people have been worried about talking about, and that's why it's so important that we are all absolutely clear that mental health, physical health, it's all part of the same thing, and that we've got to start talking about it.
The sad fact is that if you look back over the last sort of 5 or 6 decades, although on average our economies have sort of trebled in size, we've not become any happier over that period. We've literally got richer but no happier. There's a lot of complexity behind that, including the sort of widening inequality. But the basic message is there's more to the good life, to a happy life, than just our economic situation. And in fact, many other factors, especially our relationships and our mental health, matter a lot more than the numbers. But actually, happiness is also really good for many of the things we care about in terms of our conventional metrics of success. So happier people are more productive, 11% more productive in a recent study. People are also healthier when they feel happier. They're more likely to help others. They're more socially engaged. So whether you want to be happier yourself, whether you want to live in a community that's better, stronger, both financially and in terms of social cohesion, improving our psychological well-being, our happiness is vitally important. It really matters.
I think there's a huge misconception around mental health and mental health terminology. Mental health, generally when I delivered seminars or talks, when I ask organisations what their interpretation of mental health is, there's all negative connotations when it isn't. Mental health is general all-round well-being. It's your ability to contribute to your society, to your community, but there's this whole stigma around, what is mental health? It's negative, but it isn't. It's about how to keep yourself well. So once they've got the understanding, the buy-in from management level is an awful lot easier, because they can see then that mental health is on the continuum. And what do they do when it goes down? And so, more and more people are becoming aware that well-being is all around not just, just keeping yourself well.
Most employers are worried about mental health as an issue because of the cost of sickness, absence, and presenteeism, which is extremely high. Governments are interested in, are really worried about it, because 40% of incapacity benefit is for mental ill health. It's the biggest single cause of incapacity by the workplace. And then the third reason, which is not statistical, but very powerful, is more and more senior people are now reporting that they are suffering and making it more acceptable to talk about it. So we not only have the two princes talking about it from their point of view. In the workplace, we have chief executives having said, I haven't been able to cope. I've had to take 3 months off for depression. And so now the narrative by very senior people is creating an atmosphere where it's acceptable to talk about mental health. It's no longer a 4-letter word.
Even without the numbers, so even without kind of lots of people going off, if you've got someone who you really value in your business, who is normally a high performer, who is struggling, then it is worth your time and effort to invest, some focus really in terms of understanding why that is and what is going on, because actually the cost of, recruiting and developing a new person and bringing a new person on is huge for an organisation. So actually a little bit of time investing in anyone who is struggling in the workplace will generally pay back an organisation, I would say.
Don't leave this to chance. Our mental health, our well-being is really, really, really important. And whether you're the chief executive or whether you're the person who's sitting on the front desk, or whether you're a line manager who sits in one place all the time, or you're out on the road, there will be different things which impact upon your well-being. And we all owe it to ourselves. We work a very, very long time now, and it looks like it's going to be even longer. Let's make it as productive, as purposeful, and that work can create health as much as it can create stress. And I know which I prefer.